Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we are taking a look at a brand that I've never seen or heard of before until I got this in for review. This is the Oceaneva Deep Marine Explorer. It's a 1,000-meter dive watch and kind of resembles the, I would say the Rolex Sea Dweller or Deep Sea. And it's a pretty well-made watch. I was pretty impressed with the quality, so I figured I'd feature it on the channel. Now, this is the box it comes in, this nice lockdown waterproof case here. As you can see with two flip open latches here. And inside you'll get all your stuff. So as you can see, here's the watch, obviously. It comes on this nice pad here. And let's get that off the pad. As you can see, this is the mother of pearl blue dial. There are a lot of different variations. And this is the one I'm going to show you today, obviously. But you can check the link in the description below. You can see there's tons of variations. I believe there's like a Pepsi one they released also. Just tons of different variations of this exact model. So it's a pretty solid, pretty heavy duty watch. It comes on a bracelet, also comes in this box. You will receive an extra rubber strap, a hang tag, and Oceaneva polishing cloth, which is pretty nice, your warranty card, and instruction manual. So let's take a closer look at this exact watch and let's get into it. So this is housed in an all-solid 316L stainless steel case with a complete brushed finish. The case diameter measures in at exactly 42 millimeters. We do have 22 millimeter lug widths here. In terms of case thickness, we're looking at about 14.85 millimeters, and which is, really all not that thick for a 1,000-meter dive watch in my honest opinion. In terms of lug to lug distance, we're looking at about 49.5 millimeters. So very wearable, a very wearable size. It's not oversized or anything like that in my eyes. And I think it's pretty, a pretty good looking watch. Obviously you have that Mercedes hand and, that maxi style layout. And on the chapter ring, it does say helium escape valve. And it does say limited edition down over here below the 6 o'clock position. We have a date aperture at the 3 o'clock position. We have a 120 click rotating ceramic black bezel, which is very nice, very good bezel action. We'll get more into that. Now it comes stock on this bracelet, obviously, but the bracelet is actually really good. There's no real need to change the bracelet out, and it even comes with a lot of room. As you can see, I'll show you. My wrist is about a little under 7 inches, and this can definitely accommodate up to at least a 9-inch wrist, I think. It's very large, and it does come with a very nice bracelet, which is kind of reminiscent of the Omega watches on my Planet Ocean, for example. It looks a little different, obviously, but there's the Oceaneva logo there. 2 buttons here. It opens up to a nice scissor clasp here, and it's very responsive. It's has a very strong click. It's not going to come loose. It's milled very nicely. Everything is very thin and in proportion with the actual bracelet. Also comes with a dive extension, which is very useful if you're going to use this for actually saturation diving, which I know most of you probably don't do, but just in case you wanted to. And that's the actual, how it looks. It's very thin. It definitely conforms nicely on the wrist. Some of these smaller brands are using their really large buckles, like the Phoibos I showed you, with the ratchet extension, but this is just really nice on the wrist here, as you can see. Now, the links themselves are actually curved, so as you can see, they're really fluid, and it sits nicely, I would say slightly flat on the back of the case, minus the solid end link here, which does provide a little hangover for some comfort on your wrist. Now, getting to the dial itself, it is that mother of pearl dial, as you can see there. We do get applied markers, and we have that Mercedes hand, the Sword minutes hand, and we have a lollipop seconds hand sweeping. Now this watch does contain the Sellita SW200, a Swiss automatic movement, hence the price tag of about, I believe, $549 US. You can also check the exact models and everything on their website in the description below. It has a screw down crown, 1,000 meters of water resistance, and very positive action on the crown, really grippable, nice pop out. First position, of course, is self-winding. Second position, we get a quick set date, as you can see here, which everything seems to fit well in that window over there. So no problems there. Final position is your hacking position. And let me just screw that back down. And yeah, a very familiar movement with most of you guys. Probably know the Sellita SW200 inside and out. It's basically the equivalent of an ETA 2824. It's a great movement. It's a Swiss-made movement, hand-winding, hackable. and it beats at 4 Hertz. This one gaining about 3 seconds a day, so I have nothing to complain about there. Now the bezel action itself is actually really good. As you can see, we get a coin-edged bezel here, and the bezel action is very positive, I should say. There's really no backplay. It's very precise, and everything does line up to that 12 o'clock position perfectly. So no quality control issues there. The dial itself printed, as you can see, if I get a little closer here, it does state Oceaneva with the Trident logo. It does state professional Swiss automatic movement and 1000 meters water resistant. The markers themselves contain a lot of lume, as well as this ceramic bezel. It is completely lumed. Now the lume itself on the actual bezel and the markers is BGW9. It glows blue. Most of you guys are pretty familiar with this lume. It's pretty potent, and I will get you a lume shot towards the end of the video as usual. And yeah, we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Now some more stuff. We do have a nice sapphire crystal, which is actually 4.8 millimeters thick. Quite a hefty sapphire crystal. It is slightly domed as well. And it's a pretty, basically, scratch resistant sapphire crystal. There's really no way you can scratch this thing. It's really thick and durable, meant for that 1000 meters water resistance. Also, if I didn't explain, we do get an automatic helium escape valve over here on the flank of the case, which most of you guys probably won't use, but it's just there to prove that this watch can go 1000 meters underwater. Now I'm going to pop the bracelet, take a look at the case back. As you can see here, it does state Swiss movement. Does state some basic specifications. It is screwed down. You can see those solid end links through the case back right there. And yeah, everything looks pretty good. Very standard. Nothing really out of the ordinary, I should say. And yeah, no issues there. Now just to show you guys some more detail on this watch, here is the signed crown. And as you can see, everything is done really with perfection here. The actual case itself, the finishing is really smooth to the hand. I have no issues there. The end links fit in perfectly. There are no large gaps or anything like that. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the finishing. It feels really good. There's no sharp edges or any quality control issues I found on this one, which I was quite surprised with. The finishing is really good. It feels real solid in hand. And yeah, now here's the watch on my 6.6 inch wrist, I should say. And as you can see, lug to lug, it fits just about maybe a millimeter over, I should say. And for you guys with bigger wrists, I did this on purpose. As you can see, you have tons of room. This can definitely accommodate at least an 8.5 inch wrist or a bit above that. And the bracelet itself is, I think it's really nice. It doesn't add extra chunkiness to the wrist. You get that nice dual button deploying here with the dive extension. And yeah, it's just a really well made clasp. I've yet to see a type of clasp like this on, from a smaller brand so far. So definitely kudos to them for doing something new compared to those other larger ratchet extension clasps. Right now I want to see what the lume is about, and let's get into it. So here is a shot of that BGW9 lume. As you can see, it is quite potent, and I would say the Mercedes hand and the markers are a bit brighter than the bezel, and it's definitely really legible at night. As you can see, it does not fade quickly. Here is a quick look at the rubber strap, which is actually supplied with it. Now this isn't genuine rubber, obviously it's a silicone strap with a signed Oceaneva buckle here, but it feels a pretty decent quality. It is signed here, as you can see, with the little logo here for Oceaneva. Definitely pretty flexible, and not that bad for an extra, although the bracelet is really nice on this model, so I would say stick with the bracelet unless you really want to throw it on this. But yeah, not a bad accessory. So furthermore, guys, what do I think? I think it's a pretty decent looking watch. Obviously, some of you guys in the comment sections are going to be like, whoa, another Rolex homage or blah, blah, blah. Obviously, it's not going to be for everybody, but this is a popular segment in the watch market. A lot of people do like watches that sort of resemble popular Rolex models. So obviously, you're getting a well-built watch, though, for the price. You're getting a Sellita SW200. And you're not paying $10,000 if you can even get one. But other than that, it's a very well-made watch. Nice links here. We do not have screws on the links, but I did not mention they are push pins, which is probably one of the only negatives I would say. I think at this price point, you probably should have screws in your bracelet. But nonetheless, a beautiful bracelet, very well crafted. Nice curved links, no issues there. And the lume is good, the timing is good, the accuracy, the bezel action is good, everything is in place. You get that nice blue mother of pearl dial as well, with many other dial options as well. So please let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. You can definitely check me out at watchaddiction.com. You can hit that subscribe button right now in the bottom right section. And you can follow me on Instagram at watchaddiction if you want to see what's upcoming on this channel. So thanks so much. This is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.